share.
Assalamu alaikum. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد. Ramadan Mubarak. And in case I forget before I leave, I want to say Eid Mubarak. We know that it's coming. I don't know whether it'll be Tuesday or Wednesday, but it's gonna. If it's not Tuesday, then it's Wednesday for sure. You don't have to. If it don't come Tuesday, if it's not Tuesday, then you don't have to ask anybody about when is it gonna be. It'll definitely be Wednesday. All right. Today I gave Brother Akbar our subject for today, which is the significance of sajda. And I thought about it later, so I could have told him, saved by sajda. That's how important sajda is. And I'm saying that because we want to be careful that we don't pass our religion on generation to generation till it just becomes a ritual where, making sajda is just like knowing how to do jumping jacks. You just do it and do that and this comes next and that. We should know what is happening in each part, and it's our responsibility. I thought about it after this past weekend. I mentioned something about prayer, and I had young people who came up to me that I have known for 40 years myself, and they didn't know, and it was just amazing. As a matter of fact, one of them was my daughter, which means that I didn't teach her, but she knew how to do it. All right, so we're going to mention that today. But sajda, there is very important. It's a part of reading the Quran, as well as the performance of salah. In the Quran, we have sajda places where we're reading in the Quran, where sajda is required 15 times. I mean, there are 15 times that we're supposed to stop reading right where we are at that ayah and make sajda. Okay? Nothing but sajda. No ruku, just go straight to sajda. Now, I made a mistake, so when I forgot, I meant to clear it up on the lifeline this morning and still forgot it. And we stayed an extra 20 minutes and I still forgot it, but I want to clear it up with you right now. All the times I said before, if you've heard me mention before, that sajda is every time that sajda is required in the Quran, that somewhere in that ayat, or at least within that rukn. A rukn is a section, okay? What you call it, if they have it in English, you have it divided into sections. That's a rukn. Somewhere in that rukn, there will be some form of the word sajda, and I was mistaken. As I was reading for this month, I saw where I had made a mistake, and so I'm going to tell you where the mistake is. It's the one sajda is the 11th sajda. It's in chapter 38, ayat 24. And the word that is used to refer to making prostration there is not sajda, it's ruku, which is, when we bow the knee. So, and that's, I refer to it as David's sajda. Because that's where David, when David was tried, you remember the story when David was tried with a situation where two brothers came to him. One had 99 ewes and the other one only had one. And the one who had 99 wanted to take the other one and so forth. And David used wisely. He made a wise decision there and told that it was not right for the 99, the one with the 99, to take the one. And guess what Allah did for him there? This is something that I have never heard anybody mention. I'm not saying they have, but I have never heard that David was then made Khalifa. We always just hear about Adam. In that ayah that I just gave you, 38:24, David is made Khalifa after he made that decision. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you also. You miss a lot when you reading rapidly, and especially if you're just reading the Arabic. And with this year, Allah has blessed me to read more, not studiously, but read more leisurely. When I say studious, I don't mean I'm stopping and studying everything, but I am able to take my time. The the first sajda in the Quran is in the 7th chapter. It's at the end of the 7th chapter, and it's the last ayat, which is ayat 206. Chapter 7 only has 206 ayats in it. I'm rolling up to 2. By the way, I have something on my phone here. Y'all think, you ain't got no notes. I got plenty of notes here. I got notes forever right here. And Sister Renee had on her. You know what, Sister? Can you have your phone? She probably put it in there for you because she didn't know what it was. She had it when she tried to put it in again. It was already in there. Kenya may have put it in there for you. Okay, because she got it for me. That's the reason why I said it. But I want to, inshallah, I want to show you how to use this, and everyone should get this. I'm going to flip to it before we start the words that we have. I'm going to flip to it. I have it written on the board. Well, you should put this on your phone. If you put this in El Quran, tafsir, and word by word. If you put that in your phone, then it's going to come up, and it's going to have some icons for you to tap on. You want to tap on the first one on your left, which is going to be green. It's going to be green. And all this, what it would tell you in there is where every word in the Quran, how many times is in the Quran, and where it is in the Quran. So I'm okay. Now I'm at 206 now. So the 206 reads, "A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim." Let me make sure. Yeah. إن الذين عند ربك لا يستكبرون عن عبادته ويسبحونه وله يسجدون. And that's the form of the word sajda, yasjudun. It said they prostrate. In other words, when they're saying that indeed those who are near, I mean those who, and who, we all can be near Allah. We all are near Allah, but this is talking about conscious nearness. Because Allah is always near. As a matter of fact, there's an ayat that says 186 in the 2nd chapter, where it says the people, when the believers ask you, as talking to Prophet Muhammad, when the believers ask you of me, tell them I am always near. And the word for near there is qareeb. Qareeb. Okay, so the word sajda is the last word in this ayat. Yes, you do. And when you, I know you can't see it, but you click on it, you just touch the word. You don't have to be no scholar. Just touch the word, and it will come up and tell you what the word is. It says that yes, you do. If everybody got this off, not I'll flip it back over again because I got this on the board that we're getting ready to start now. And then if anybody didn't get this website down, you can get it and still leave it there. Okay. So the word that is the first sajda, and by the way, that's not the first time the word sajda is mentioned in the Quran. It's just the first time that we're required to make sajda. So it does not mean every time that the word sajda is used in the Quran that you have to make sajda. As a matter of fact, there are many times, for instance, I think the first time that sajda is mentioned in the Quran is concerning Iblis, when he refused to make sajda, all right, which would be like about the 34th verse, I think, of the 2nd surah. So then it comes up and it say, yes, judun, and then it tells you that it's a personal pronoun plus the verb. And what it does, it shows you the verb. I don't know you can see this or not, but it shows you the verb in green and then the pronoun in black. Una is the pronoun, meaning they. So it's plural. I add that information to it, that it's plural. And I'll tell you something, just because you may run into this sometime when you're studying, you'll see the reference that something is third person. When it says third person, that's referring to the place where it is, where the person is in the conversation. The person is, you have in the conversation, that's what, in communications. In communication, there's always a possibility of three persons. First person is the speaker. Second person is the person spoken to. So that would be you, all right? The word you, Y-O-U. And of course, you and your will be referring to second person, possessive and so forth, all right? Now, and the third person is the person spoken of. And some people have more third person in their conversation than they, because they're always talking about somebody. That's called gossiping. Okay. All right. Now, so it comes up and it says, yes, Judun, and it tells you that it's a personal pronoun. That's the un, and then the green part is the verb prostrate. So it says they prostrate. Then at the bottom of the page it says, at first it shows you the root word is sajadah. So I have the root word up here in red. This is just the root letters. Now when we're on the lifeline, I've been having to tell the people, get the chart out and tell them, it's letter number so and so and so. So the chart, we actually, most everybody has I intend to bring my flip phone today to show Brother Akbar, because I got a flip phone. Not working, but I got it. But anyway, so these, children have these now. So with our progress we should be able to make much faster progress, because you don't have to have 2 or 3 books in front of you. Just get your phone out, and then they'll be able to see. And this is what you'll see as far as the written. No vowels on it, just shows you the written letters. And that's what I was doing to try to tell the people how to use the dictionary. You still need a dictionary to supplement it, but it just saves you so much time, because when it comes to the root letters, I'll tell you, there's a time when you may spend days trying to find the root word, and that is if the word that you're looking at is what we call a weak verb, meaning it comes from a word that is spelled. The root word is spelled with either 1, 2, or 3 vowels instead of consonants. These are all consonants here. When those vowels are there, if there's a vowel here and maybe a consonant here and another vowel here, or something like that. If it's 2 vowels in there, I mean, either one of these vowels, or both of them, can change to another vowel, or it can disappear altogether in the word. So that can make it. And this process here, where it just right away tells you the root word, that's a big savior. Then at the bottom of the page, it says click for more. So you hit that, and now it's going to tell you, and give you the same information, but it's going to tell you that it's from Form 1, that the word yes you do is from Form 1, and it's case 2. Case has to do with whether something is just naming, or whether it's expressing action, or whether it's referring to possession. So you have what's called nominative case, objective case, object of the action, and we have possessive, which means it's talking about the ownership. So this is case 2, and then you go down and it gives you the imperfect verb, imperfect tense. By perfect tense, when in Arabic, we have to say this because we're speaking English, and we think when something perfect means it has no flaws in it. No, that's not what perfect. When it says perfect tense, it means that it's already done. There's no more, you can't expect any more activity from this particular expression. So that's what it means. The action is perfected, it's true. Imperfect means that it's either in process, which would be present, what we call present tense, or is expressing something to happen, which would be future tense, what we call future tense, all right? So that would be imperfect. Then you roll it on up until one more page, and it tells you now you can, it's still showing you up at the top, it'll show you the ayat and have the word that you're looking at highlighted, so you don't forget what you're working on. So it's all the way up at the top on the left. And now it wouldn't be all the way at the left if it wasn't, this happened to be the last word in the sentence. If it were the first word in the sentence, it would be, to the right. But in this case, it's on all the way at the end. And then it says click for more. So we got a chance to get some more. And when it does that, guess what it tells me? How many times the word is in the Quran. It's in the Quran, not just this word, sajda, but some form of this word. Meaning, like I just put some examples over here. I have yes you do, and then I have el masjid, I have asjudu, and I have fasjudu. All right, so I just giving you some examples, and then we have the plural form of masjid, el masajid. All right, so we don't pluralize with s's in Arabic. And when anybody, I'm not saying it's not there, it's just that I don't know what it is. So when you find out what the system is for pluralization, please share it, because I don't know. I know how to recognize it, but I don't know why did they do it like this. I don't know. All right, for instance, like this word, masjid, and then you pluralize it by putting a long vowel, masajid. All right, why they do it like then we have sajda, pluralizing sajda, we have sujud. So why the different ways that they do it, I don't know. All right. I mean, I don't know why. If I want, as soon as I find out why, I will share it with you, and I require that you do the same for me. All right. And okay, so I know I want to. Let's go back now. This when it shows you, when it tells you 92 times, then it shows you where each one is. All right. So let's just take the first one under the 92 times. The 92 times they have sajid. All right, and sajid is the pluralization of is not pluralization. It is the present tense. Present tense. I mean, it's going on now. Making sajid, so we are prostrating. That would be sajid, prostrating. All right, and it's in the second chapter, the 58th ayat, and then it tells you which word it is in that chapter. It's the 13th word. So you know how you have like the 2, and then the colon, and the 58, and you know that's chapter and verse. Then you have another colon, and it'll be another number after that. That's telling you which word, the word that you're looking at, which one it is in that ayat. So I mean, and that's to help you learn to, pretty soon you will learn to spot it right away. But in case you don't know, especially like if it's from a weak verb, it may not look like the root word when you find it, because the letters may have changed. You know, remember that the vowels in a weak verb can change to other vowels or disappear altogether. So you may not be able to spot it as easily. All right. So that's the kind of information that we get just from one word. Just from one act. Didn't have to turn the page or anything, just with the finger, okay? And it shows you all 92 times which chapter it's in. Sometimes it may be the same word appearing again, same form. You may have run into the form before, but it will still show you where it is, what chapter it is, and which word it is in the chapter, all right? And it shows you all of them. Now, the dictionary that many of you have called Dictionary of the Quran, it tells you most of the time approximately this root word plus its derivatives are in the Quran approximately so many times, but it doesn't tell you where they are. This tells you where, it shows you where they are, and not only what ayat is in, but what number word it is in the ayat. So this is much more powerful. The point I'm making also on this is that we don't have any excuses for not making progress. We're not, no, you weren't in there. That was this morning. And I was in Juma, unless you were in Juma Friday with me. We talked about the ayat after the Ramadan fasting, 185 and 186, 184 and 185, 183, 84 and 85. Then 186, it says there, when my servants ask you of me, we're talking to Prophet, tell them I am always near. And then it says, the old Yusuf Ali says that I listen to the call of every suppliant when he calls on me. I had a sister on the Lifeline this morning who had, I think it was a 2012 edition of Yusuf Ali. They had changed it from I listen, because that's what got my attention. When it says I listen and I looked in the ayat, I'm following, looking to the ayat, I don't see no form of sami'ah. Sami'ah is the root word for hearing, hearing or listening. All right. As a matter of fact, it's one of the attributes of Allah. As-Sami'. As-Sami' is naturally mean Allah is the all-hearing. He hears everything. So that's what got my attention. And by the way, if you read the Quran and you don't think, you're not reading the Quran correctly. The Quran is intended to cause you to think. That's what the Quran says of itself. It says, "Inna anzalnahu Qur'anan Arabiyyan la'allakum ta'qilun." That you might use this noggin. The aqal is here, the ta'qilun. Use it. That's the process is aqal. Ta'qilun is the plural, meaning that you should think, you should reason, you should try to make the connections. So that's what I was doing. I said, well, where is Sonny? And so once I was sure, because I'm not prose, I'm going like this, sometimes I get a little closer. And when I was sure that no form of sami'ah was in the word, then I said, well, let me see, what word are they translating for listen? And it was jawb, jawab. Ujibu is the form of the word, and the root word of ujibu is jawb, jim, wow, and ba. All right. And when I looked that word up in the dictionary, it said that it means to explore. Now, when we think of exploring right away, what goes off the top of our head is somebody going out in the woods or in a new land or something. Now, explore also can be right in your kitchen. In other words, it'd be in your house, digging into something. As a matter of fact, we knew this from our own conversation in the streets. It says, oh, man, I dig what you're saying. I dig what you're saying. I mean, what? I looked into, I can see what you're talking about. I dig it. So that's what jawab means, to look into. So when Allah says ajibu da'wah, he says I look into it. I listen. I don't just hear it. I mean, that's to hear. No, I look into what you're saying. And then he says, yastajibu. So let them do the same thing with my word. What I'm putting to you, look into it. Think about it and see and reason and investigate it. All right. And the word that comes after it is da'wah. Now, they have a daughter named Dawa. And while Dawa does mean to invitation, to invite, but it also means the same spelling, Dawatun, same spelling, means a lawsuit. Now, what is it about a lawsuit that's related to invitation? Because Dawa means that's what you do, and that means that's how you present your case. Not by the lawyer doesn't stand up there and say, Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my client is innocent. Your Honor. And keep saying it louder and louder, maybe faster and faster with different rhythms. No. He may not ever say that until it's closing at least. But he will present evidence, such as my client was in such and such a location at this time that I can prove because I have his hotel room, his flight ticket where he's flying, and maybe even a picture of him with someone that is in the news, like 45. He was in Washington, D.C. with 45, I don't know, poor thing. I don't know what he's doing that for. But any evidence you have. So that's what a lawsuit does as far as da'wah is concerned. It invites the people by way of evidence. So if this ujibu is before the word da'wah, then what is Allah saying? I'm looking at the evidence. You calling on me for something, I'm checking the evidence out. I mean, what is your behavior? What brother mentioned on the Lifeline this morning, said another expression for the evidence is, especially when it comes to charging someone, is probable cause. So when you make that plea to Allah, he said, what's your probable cause? Let me see. Now you say so and so and so, but I saw what you doing, and Allah is not getting back at you either. He's not. It just automatically for him because he knows everything anyway. So that makes us then begin to examine that ayat a little differently. When we know that our behavior must be compatible with our desire. In other words, don't say that you want so and so and so, but your behavior is quite different from that. Whatever you're asking for, your behavior should be compatible with it. All right? Okay. So I think I kind of drifted a little bit, but it was to try to get the point made. So this word sajda, then, as I said, it's in the Quran 92 times. Is that what I said? 90? Yeah, 92 times. Some form of it, including the word masjid and masajid and yasjudun and so forth. Let's see what else. Masjid. Well, that's masjid. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. And when you're rolling, by the way, you have to roll it straight up because if you roll it to the side, it'll bring some more information on the words before it, or after it. If you roll it to the right, it's going to show you words before. The one you roll it to the left, it's going to show you words after. So, man, when you get ready to roll up, make sure that you're rolling it straight up. Okay. So, in the teachings that we have of our religion, and me and another brother was looking for it real hard, and we finally both reached the conclusion that what we were looking for is not in the Quran directly. And though you heard the expression said, the whole earth is Allah's masjid, that's hadith. That's hadith. But the verification of it is in the Quran because by implication, but not the exact expression that the earth is the masjid of Allah. Okay? So, sajda then, I said earlier that I could have very easily made the subject, instead of saying the significance of sajda, could have said saved by sajda. So here's the good example, and we used it at Jummah, but everybody some people here were not at the Jummah Friday, so I will share it with you anyway. When we make sajda, we know that it requires not just bowing down to the floor, but actually putting our forehead and our nose on the floor. That means that we're submitting our conscious intelligence and our desire. The nose represents desire. Did you know that? Even when you're making wudu and you're sniffing your nose, you're asking Allah to clean up your appetite, your physical appetite, your mental appetite, and your moral appetite. That's what that's representing when you're washing the nose. You're not just washing the boogers out. You get the boogers out too, but it represents desire. Now you see, when Imam Mohammed told us that, I said, nose represents. And I thought about it. As a matter of fact, he may have mentioned it. I said, you may go to somebody's house and say, well, won't you have some dinner? No, thank you, I'm not hungry. And he's, that does smell good. I believe I will take a little bit of that. You see, I know you've had that experience. No, I thought it wasn't hungry, but that smells so good. I think it was appetite, all right? So our appetites then are not limited to appetites for taste, but for desires. Matter of fact, do you know that nothing has ever gotten any man or woman in trouble except what? The appetite. That's the only thing that ever gets you, and the Quran refers to it as what? Appetites unchecked by knowledge. Meaning that what you know, you didn't put it into effect to put your appetites in control. All right? That's about, so then, sajda then is where you surrender and you submitting it. Now, not only is this representing your conscious intelligence and your appetite, but also the face is a personal thing, it's personal. I got a good friend over there, Brother David. And I could walk over there, he said, walk over there and I slap him on the back. And he'd be all right. But let me go and make that same slap in the face. And then, he ain't asking no question. Right away, he's going to come with an uppercut or something to displace me, let me know. And he don't say, hey, man, what's wrong with you? No, he has a lot of respect for me because I used to be his teacher in school. But if I walk up and slap him, and I slap on the back this hard, and this may stay a little bit, me turn around, what's. But let me go and do that same slap in the face. That's a whole different scenario. So not only spiritually and mentally does the face represent, but also it's a personal. Something wrong? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. It's a personal, it represents our personal pride, okay? So when we submit like that, that is our salvation. That's why I said that we could have said saved by sajda. Our salvation is in submitting. Do you know that there are some people, for instance, like I'm still battling with this, and I'm so sorry I missed it this morning because I made the mistake about saying that every sajda had every place for making sajda had some form of the word sajda in the ayat or near it. Do you know that some people would just let that go on? So a brother said to me, brother, you're doing a good job. I said, no, I'm just making payments on my debt. Yeah, that's what religion is, right? Deen, that's your debt. So I mean, whatever I do, I'm just making payments on it. I'm just making, and so then one sister said, well, yeah, we used to have that song in church. And I remember it too, sending up timber. You know, we're building a house in heaven. I can't remember the words, but I can remember the people saying this, sending up a piece of timber to build a home in heaven, all right? So that's what we are doing. We try to do the best we can, and there is nothing that I know that is good that I won't share with you. Now, there's a lot of ugly stuff I know I won't bother about talking with you about unless I'm just trying to warn you about it. But I know what definitely not going to. If I have done ugly things, I'm not going to mention them at all. Okay, because ain't nothing to brag about. But if it's something that I think you deserve to be warned about, then I will do that from that perspective. So our salvation then is in sajda. It is not just something that we just happen to do. You know, some people go and they make the sajda, boom, boom. One of them will knock themselves out, but I guess they got pretty good breaks. They know how to stop just when they get there and come right back up. No, that's a solemn place. And of course, we have something that we'll have a little dua that we make there also, dhikr, where we say, Subhana Rabbi Al-A'la. We say, glory to my Lord, the Most High. So while we are referring to the high, we put our intelligence in the lowest position we can put it in. And guess what? Physically is involved in that as well as spiritually. Physically, that part we call the heart is now above the intellect, because the intellect is what gets us in trouble. We think we're so smart. My mother used to say, think you're so damn smart. You think you're so smart but when you submit that, then the heart will correct you. It will bring it to your attention. So we want to remember the importance of sajda, and it is not and so when we're reading Quran, it's not a matter of, oh well, I ain't got time to make sajda right now. Then you don't have time to be reading, because you really don't know what you're doing. In other words, this year we pointing out the sajda because I have never done it before myself at the level that I've been doing this Ramadan, and I found out that lots of people didn't even know that there were places in the Quran where you had to make sajda. So if one person is helped, that's good. But I got response from quite a few people who didn't know. So so it's marked in your Quran with either a symbol. Some of them have a little symbol, like a little minaret, but they also, like the ones that I have, it has the word sajda written. This word right up here, sajda, written right above the last word where you're supposed to make the sajda, and then it also will be showing out in the column on the side, what they got the border on the side. It will have the word as-sajda, and it'll tell you which one it is in Arabic. Okay, but if you have an English translation, it will at least have the minaret there. All depends on what edition you have. Remember the old Muhammad Ali translation, they had the word prostrate. All right, so that's about what I want to say today, except this, because I got 20 seconds. Okay, so this is what we say in Ruku. Allahumma ghfir lana wa rahamna. So what I did was I syllabicated it. The word is Allahumma ghfir lana wa rahamna. So the ma is tied to the Gafara, okay? So it's Allah, here it is. Allahumma ghfir lana wa rahamna. That's when we come to Jalsa. Okay, and you know when we sit after we make sajda and we're sitting like this. Excuse me, I may have to get some help to get up. But we're in this position. All right, yeah, call toe truckers. Okay, you come up from you're in sajda and you come up from sajda, and now this is what this is gonna do. What I'm getting ready to show you now is gonna make you mind, or you may have to pull the coattail of whoever is the man and let them know, hey brother, you can give me a chance. If they come up like this, Allahu Akbar. You have something to say here. Okay. Allahumma ghfir lana wa rahamna. and then we go back down. So that's what it said in Jalsa. This position is called Jalsa, means sitting. Okay. Okay. I remember when Imam Mohammed taught us that, and brother who has made his transition, but everybody knows him, named Clyde Rahman. And so he had us all, doing it, sit down, do it on the floor in the basement over there on Stony Island. And Clyde Rahman said, I don't know what it means. Imam had told us, he said, but that mercy is definitely right because it sure hurt my knees. Lord have mercy. All right. So, but anyway, I just wanted to share that with you today and hope that you have blessed Eid. Continue these last couple of days of fasting and a blessed Eid. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. Yes, ma'am. If you're sitting in a chair, but you still know which position you're in because you're going through it in your mind, right? So you're in a position, when you get to that position, in ruku, that you do the same thing. When you're in the position for sajda, even though your head is not directly on the floor, you still.
I mean, when you come to it in the book, how do you do it sitting?
Demonstrate how? Okay, all right. I like demonstrating this stuff. My body might get used to it.
You got Daniel. You're stuck up.
Pardon?
I mean, David.
Oh.
David got you.
No, she wasn't know how it's done. Okay. So, sitting up, that's your qiyam, all right? And then when you make sajda, you go down as far as you can like this, and you put your hands out like this. So that's your sajda. And then this is ruku, all right? And so, no, this is jalsa. This is jalsa. This is ruku, okay? So when you go down, all the way down to Allahu Akbar, and then you say Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, at least 3 times. It should be odd number of times, 3, 5, or 7. It should be no less than 3 and no more than 7. That's Imam Muhammad told. And then you come back up, you say Allahu Akbar. So you're going to come here. This is jalsa. And then this is where you say Allahu Maghfir lana warhamna. All right? And then you go back down again, and the next time you come all the way up, and where are you? Here. You're here. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So, like I said, I don't want to get too used to it because I ain't that old yet. No, I'm old enough, but I brothers be trying to help me. No, let me keep doing it as long as I can.
I'm not telling you a prayer. I know that you're a prayer, but I mean, we come in the Quran, you read.
Are you reading? Well, you would do the same thing. Only thing is you don't go to ruku. So if you're reading and you're unable to make sajda, stand up and make sajda. You're reading, you put your Quran to the side and say Allahu Akbar. Okay. Straight to sajda, not ruku, straight to sajda. And then you say Subhana Rabbiyal A'la there 3, 5, or 7 times. And you say Allahu Akbar. Don't stop in jalsa. I mean, just come all the way up. You're slow up if you're actually making jalsa come up. But if you could just pop up like David with them good knees, then you would just come straight up from sajda without even stopping in jalsa. Pick your book up and read some more.
Okay.
All right.
In Arabic, you said it says either sajda and you pronounce as sajda, but it would be as judu, wouldn't it, as the command form?
No. As judu is I'm saying the way that it's labeled in my Quran.
As sajda.
Yeah, as sajda. And it was as sajda. Then I have the Arabic number after it's saying that this is the sajda number 3. So that's over on the side in the column. Right over the word, it just have the word sajda.
But the as sajda, isn't that command form?
No. It's really what is really written there is el sajda. I see what you're talking about. El sajda.
Okay, el sajda. Whereas that is the command form.
Yeah, that's the command form.
For the angel.
Yeah, right.
All right, I was trying to.
You got it.
Right.
They sound almost like, but maybe my speech
one
is not.
El.
Yeah, one is el sajda, but we pronounce it as sajda, and then this one is as sajda, not s, but
as judu.
As judu. Yeah. All right. Okay.
I got you.
Okay,
So
but this will have the letter lamb in there because it's actually el sajda. I see what
So
your
the
point
one
is.
is-
Any other questions or comments before I go? Yes.
Give the English translation.
For Allahumma maghfir lana warhamna. Oh, I didn't do that.
No.
Oh Allah, forgive us and have mercy upon us. The ghafara is forgiveness.
Because I've been saying stuff a lot.
Astaghfirullah.
Yeah, I'll be saying
Well,
astaghfirullah.
well,
But
astaghfirullah.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
learn. I'm gonna start saying
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Imam told us to do that.
Yes.
I'm gonna do that.
Astaghfirullah is saying, asking Allah to forgive us, you know. But this is what is really said in that position. Allahumma, and it's also saying it in the plural.
Okay.
Because in singular you would say Allahumma firli wa rahamni, and that would be just what you said. But we say it collectively to give it a greater emphasis. Yes. So that's why we say Allahumma firli instead of saying Allahumma firli wa rahamni. Okay. All right. Any other?
Yeah, I had a question. Assalamu
Yeah. Wa alaikum assalam.
Yeah, you had mentioned that they changed something, Sami, and...
No, I didn't say they changed. I said it was. That's what got my attention to study the word sajda, is because in the old use of Ali, this is what changed, not the English, not the Arabic, but the English.
Oh.
The old use of Ali that I have, which is, and it's not real old, because I have had another one. This one is 2002. Up until 2002, it was still saying that, well, Allah says, I listen. The word was listen instead of respond.
Right.
In the newer ones, it says I respond. So if you have a newer edition, it may say in the English, it may say I respond.
The Arabic is the same.
But the Arabic is the same. No, you want to still live? You know, don't change no Arabic. The same. As long as you mention it, the same thing that goes for the prayer. When I'm praying, I say just what Allahumma Alhamdulillah. When I get back over there, I'll say to myself, I'll say Allahumma Alhamdulillah and Surah al-Kalam al-Kafirin. I add to it. I don't add to it in the prayer. I do the prayer just the way. But and Surah al-Kalam al-Kafirin is said, and help us against the unbelieving people. Okay, so I throw that in, but not in the prayer. In the prayer, I say it just the way it was taught. Allahumma Alhamdulillah. Okay, and that is dua that is worth repeating over and over. Not only just in prayer, or in the proper place in prayer, but when we come out of prayer, it's good just because now the phrase that you use, good
Not just
friend.
me. I learned this in the class.
Yeah, right. But I'm saying, I'm saying that that one has its proper application also. That
Okay.
its proper application is on Allah, and it's Quranic. In other words, it's Quranic. It says when the believers' minds are assailed, that's translated. That's mean that evil attacks them and Shaitan is whispering to you real hard. They recognize it. They say Astaghfirullah. That's Astaghfirullah. I seek Allah's forgiveness. That's when it's used. When that particular, it's Quranic, but this one is what is used in prayer. Okay, so the proper you actually both of them have. You don't need to throw it away. Just use it in other places. I know some of us may be so holy to nothing ever attacks. you know they fed that kind of garbage to us when they had little books coming out that said the prophet was so holy until the sun wouldn't shine on him. A shadow followed him on a journey. Everybody else was in the hot sun, and there was a shadow that followed him, cloud that kept the sun off of him all the way. That's why Allah knew they were going to come up with that kind of stuff. So Allah says, tell them, Muhammad. They said, cool. They didn't say, cool. Say, amantu. I'm cool. And cool. And bashrum mithlakum. Say, I am a human being just like you. Yes, sir.
But yeah, I was just wanting to know, when evil come on your mind, you ask the Lord to forgive me?
Yes, sir.
Are you kind of accepting some of the responsibility for that evil coming on your own mind?
No. Allah has given Shaitan permission. You can be responsible for it if you put yourself in that environment for it. But that's just human.
Yeah.
But Allah has allowed Shaitan to invite you. Now you can contribute to it by giving interest.
By doing it.
Yeah,
You can entertain it.
Yeah, by entertaining
You
it.
think about
That's
it.
that's when you're responsible. But you can be absolutely. As a matter of fact, you can be saying prayer.
Yeah.
And Shaitan will whisper to you. You know, you get up in the morning for Fajr. You get up and you may even make ghusl and then do wudu, and you put on your robe and you tie your head up in the beautiful and you got your no not prayer. That's English. Your sajada. Your sajada. That's what they do. That's prayer robe. But you know you too holy to say prayer robe. So yeah, you too holy. You got your sajada down, and you have made consultation, I've consulted and found out the exact angle that you're supposed to be for Kaaba. And for Qibla. And you see it there. And you're standing straight, you ain't bent over like me, you're standing up straight.
Standing up straight.
And you
But I want to.
Allahu Akbar. And she told her, man, you got this now.
And one other thing is a hadith addressing that. For instances, you can think of a good, but not do it. You reward it with a good.
Yeah.
You can think of a good and do it, and Allah rewards
10 times.
much times over.
Yeah.
You can think of a weak or a wrong, but not do it,
and you get
and Allah
good.
rewards you for a good.
For good. That's
So the thinking in all situations.